Now, England captain Leah Williamson has returned to the squad after being sidelined for 9 months due to an ACL injury. England women will travel to southern Spain for a warm weather training camp next week and 2 friendlies against Austria and Italy. Well, let's take a look at the squad in full. In goal, we've got Mary Earps, Hampton and Khiara Keating, who's been in great form for Manchester City. As for the defenders, Williamson is joined by Lucy Bronze, Jess Carter, Niamh Charles, Alex Greenwood, Tissier, Esme Morgan and Lotte Wubben-Moy. In the midfield, Jess Park, who last featured for England in October, is back, and alongside Grace Clinton, Fran Kirby, Georgia Stanway, Toone and Keira Walsh. And up front, Wiegman can call on Rachel Daly, Hemp and the in-form Lauren James, Chloe Kelly, Beth and Alessia Russo. Let's get more. We can cross live now to St George's Park, where Kirsty Edwards has been speaking to Sarina Wiegman. So, Kirsty, the big question is, will Williamson resume the captaincy?
Yeah, well, certainly just today, I'm sure, is one of the days she had in her mind to get her through all those months of that gruelling rehab that she went through, 9 months out, and finally she is back in an England squad after the heartbreak of missing the World Cup. She, of course, returned to action with Arsenal at the end of January. Sarina Wiegman was there to see them lose to Manchester City in the FA Cup on Sunday. She feels she is ready to return to the squad, but yet, will she be wearing the captain's armband? Millie Bright is, of course, missing from this squad through injury, so Leah Williamson does add some much needed leadership to this squad. But Sarina Wiegman said she will discuss the issue with her players before making a decision on the captain's armband. So we'll wait to see on that. But I think for Sarina, just delighted that she's finally able to name Leah Williamson again in an England squad.
It's really nice to have her back because she's a very good player. We've seen that too, even though she has been out for months. She's coming back now. Her decision making is just really good, and yes, she's still building. I think the team picked up the last year very well. I think players stepped up, but it's really nice to have her back.
Well, Leah Williamson wasn't the only player who was gutted to miss out on the World Cup. Nikita Parris was as well, although her admission from that squad wasn't through injury. Now, she's been having a great season so far for Manchester United, scored 15 goals in all competitions for them so far. So many had been looking at her as a possible name to be in this squad this time around. She isn't, though. Sarina Wiegman did acknowledge that she's been in good form. She did, though, say that there's lots of competition for her position. But she did say she's been talking to her, and Nikita Parris knows that they will be watching her very closely.
The competition up front is really high, and in autumn she didn't play that much, and because of the competition too, I made other decisions. Now, since the new year, she's played in the 9th position. She's done really well. Of course, we've noticed that too. So I had a little chat with her, and I hope she shows consistency because we're talking about her again. But I made some other choices now for this camp with the players we have, and which they have done really well too. So it was a hard decision.
And Kirsty, we of course know there's no Olympics for Team GB this summer due to England's failure to qualify. But is Wiegman still concerned about any fixture pile-up?
Yeah, well, this is the first training camp they've had since the devastation of missing out on the Olympics. They really wanted it, didn't they? But a really disappointing Nations League campaign for them in December means they miss out. The one positive people thought they might have, given that they're not in the Olympics, was they might have a bit of a break, because there's often concerns over the lack of a real proper break for these players with the fixture congestion. But there will be internationals in June and July. Sarina Wiegman really concerned about that and is wanting something desperately to be done about it.
We have a June window, then in between the June and July window there's no football except for Spain. They have 2 more matches there. And then after that there's the Olympics, which is not for us. And then in beginning of September there's Champions League again. So what you want, what the players ask all the time too, where is rest for us? Because they want to compete. We want the players to have fit and fresh, which means that you always also need rest, a proper rest. and that you need to train in between June and July too. So we have had conversations with clubs. Those have been very good conversations, but we still don't have a solution for that period. And I think that FIFA and UEFA need to solve that for the players. So now I don't want to get in the same situation with the players, with the clubs as we had last year. And that's no one wants that, because that's how the conversation with the clubs have been too. So hopefully UEFA and FIFA solve that, and especially this summer. But then after, when we talk about the calendar from 25 on, this really needs to be solved. So yes, it's complex at moments, but players at the highest level, the demands are so high, they need a proper rest in between seasons. So things really need to be changed.
So some real concern from Sarina Wiegman over her players' welfare today. But there was the opportunity for her to have a bit of fun as well. She revealed that she'd only just found out it is Pancake Day today. So that brought about the most important question of the day. What is her favourite filling?
I don't eat very many pancakes, but if I would have a choice, well, very simple, with a little bit apple on it or something. Apple and, is that cinnamon?
Apple,
yeah,
cinnamon,
apple,
sugar?
cinnamon, yeah.
Nice.
A little bit sugar.
Well, Sarina will be hoping that the performances from her players won't be flat as a pancake. Don't groan too much when they take on Austria and Italy. But before then, they are in WSL action this weekend. And then they fly out for this training camp in Spain next week. And it will be their final training camp before the Euros qualification campaign begins in April.
I am here for the pancake puns. Kirsty, thank you very much.